bloody come up? I don't know what all that jazz is. There's loads of different things, bits and bobs that you can put on this, but I don't understand all that crap. Too old for it. So anyhow, back on a live, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sampling a mead that my friend Ginge brewed using my Vikings Blood recipe. We're going to do a live tasting of it. Now, his description of it was, it's a lot like mine, but it tastes a little bit thinner. Now, I totally get what he means. Sometimes you do get that bit thinness, like wateriness. Sometimes you get a bit of a thickness and a nice mouthfeel to it. So what we're going to do is, I've decanted it out of the original bottle, and yeah, we're going to pour it and have a little sip. Let's go deep on that. Now, he said it was around 10%, I think. That's where mine was, I want to say 14.7 off the top of my head, but I'm not quite sure. Now, that does look pretty good. The clarity's good. It's cleaned out nicely. Get a bit of the cherry. There's no like overpowering alcohol smell in there. It does smell quite clean. That's damn good. Well done, Ginge. Chin chin, mate. That is actually pretty good. It almost feels like it's got a slight carbonation. I mean, the bottle did hiss ever so slightly. Sup, Ray? Yeah, this is a mead that my a friend of mine brewed. Sorry that the glass is a bit smeggy. I've had my fingers around it. He brewed it using my Vikings Blood recipe, which you can get on the channel, dude. That's really, really good. It does taste a little bit different to mine. Mine's a lot more heavy on the cherries. This isn't that heavy on the cherries, but he did say that he didn't put an extra lot in secondary. I think he put them all in the first fermentation. Hello, GG. What's up, homie? How you doing? So yeah, it's not actually all that bad. I could drink a lot of that, which isn't really a good thing. Well, it is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. Well, the plan is to drink that bottle, well, most of that bottle tonight. No, it's not wine, it is mead. So it's wine made with honey. So it is essentially a wine, yes, but it's made with cherries and honey. It's called Vikings Blood. You can check the recipe out on my channel if you want. It's really good. It is really good. But look for version 3, I think it is, because I pratted around with the recipe a little bit. And the first 2 were good, but then I found a way to make it better. It really is, mate. It's one of the best meads that you can get. It's obviously sweet, but you can do it dry if you don't like sweet stuff. So you could just brew it with the cherries, let the sugar all ferment out, and then just have it dry. So there'd be no sweetness. You'd get the tartness as well from the cherries. I'd quite like to try another Vikings Blood and use a selection of different cherries, because I'm just buying the cherries that I bought from the local store, like, you know, Tesco's or whatever it is, supermarket. They're already frozen and that. Started a rose petal wine a few days ago, wondering how that will turn out. That does sound good. I do have a rose bush, which I keep trying to remember to make some rose water to then actually add it to it. And I mean, everyone likes the smell of roses. It's got a real floral, what's the word, bouquet, isn't it? I don't like that word. I don't know why. It offends me. But what else have I done? So yesterday I started a, let me get this right. No, it's not Jim's. Juniper berries and Madagascan vanilla. I've only put a small, is it alcohol or juice? It is alcohol, mate. 10% this one, which is what my mate brewed. Yeah, it is alcohol. I'm pre-offended by the word. Yeah, I don't know why. When I said it, it's like it just shouldn't be in my mouth. Oh. Mm. But yeah, rose wine, that does sound good, dude. I'm assuming you're a dude. I'm just going to call everybody dude. Yeah, that does sound quite good. I think you need, how much rose petals did you use? If I may ask. And did you do it just a wine, or is it a mead that you're doing? Nice one, dude. You're a dude anyway. I'm going to call everybody dude. Absolutely everybody is a dude. That way everyone's tarred with the same brush. But yeah, Dave, if you are watching, or Ginge as you are known to me, that is really good, dude. And if you're not watching, then no, because you missed it. But yeah, really good, dude. I'm very impressed. I do see what you mean as well, by the fact that it does seem not to have as much cherry, but having that well, it's strange that if you're a kid, it's strange that you've managed to get onto this, because it is actually selected to be not for children. So I'm not sure. It might be something to do with your parental settings. So yeah, don't drink alcohol. It's bad for you. But when you're older, it's really fun to make your own. And of course, oh, there you go. That's not too bad then. Nearly there. I was drinking in pubs before I was 18, you know, without a fake ID as well. Sometimes we used to get, kicked out and stuff like that, or they wouldn't serve us if you didn't have the ID, but then you just send your mate who's got ID to the bar. It's as simple as that, wasn't it? But yeah, not bad at all. So we're going to start at that vanilla and juniper berry mead yesterday, using the new yeast that I've started using, which is Lalvin, I want to say EC11118, I think it is. Pardon me. It says on the back of the packet that you're supposed to hydrate the yeast first, but I didn't. So it has started fermenting. It got bubbles going, and everything looks okay. So yeah, don't think you really need to. EC1118. Yeah, that's the one that I've started using. I used to use Mangrove Jack's mead yeast, but all they are champagne strains, aren't they? I'm pretty sure that's all they actually are. I click roughly 8 quarts. 8 quarts. Huh? What's a quart? Oh, are you working in ounces, dude? 8 quarts, 7.7 litres of rose petals. Boiled down with 2 pounds of sugar and added white grape juice with lemon juice and wine tannin. Sounds good, mate. 71B is my go-to yeast. Is that a Lalvin yeast as well, that one? I've not used that one. The two that I've used is only the Mangrove Jack's M05 and the EC1118, which I just thought I'll just try different yeasts, and I actually got an absolute bargain. I got a massive 500-gram packet of yeast for, I think I paid 41 quid. 500 grams, man. I'll go get it. One sec. It's in the fridge. It's massive. It was an absolute bargain. So I snapped it up. I thought, why the hell not? Look, it's just nearly as big as my face. 500 grams. Now it says selected wine yeast, but that, I don't know how you pronounce these. I'm going to try. I'll probably make a tit of myself. Saccharomyces. No. Bloody hell. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Apparently, that's what it's called. But yeah, you have to keep your yeasts in the fridge. But if you look on the pack there, look, it does say to hydrate it first. But I've never done that before. Never, ever, ever. And on that packet, the actual packet that I used yesterday, it was one of the smaller packets, 5 grams. What's your normal pitch ratio? Do you know when you pitch your yeast per gallon? Do you do a certain amount, Ray, that you particularly use? Like, so for example, I put that whole 5-gram pack in a gallon because normally I'd use half of a pack of Mangrove Jacks per gallon, because that's about 11 grams. One packet of that yeast is supposed to be able to do 23 litres, and I proved that it actually can do 23 litres per packet of yeast. So an 11-gram packet of yeast, I'm sure it's 11 grams, I might be wrong, can do 23 litres of mead or wine, or beer if you so wish to, whatever you're fermenting, the packet of yeast is enough to do 23 litres of it. And I put it to the test by doing a massive batch in one of my old beer buckets. And I did a 23 litre mead batch. Was it 23 or was it 22? It was 5 gallon anyway, whatever that works out at. I would recommend, I once made, under my parents' supervision, a mango lime juice that was extremely good mixed with vodka. Okay, mango and lime juice. I'm not a fan of vodka or gin. I don't mind brandy. I drink a lot of whiskey, but I don't like vodka. My ex-missus used to drink it, and I just don't like the smell of it. It reminds me of her. Usually half a packet per gallon. Yeah, exactly. And even that's overkill. You could do a quarter of a packet, but it's just like, why'd you flipping sit there weighing the fecking grains out? You know what I mean? Before you know it, you've wasted God knows how much time of fannying around. But I just eyeball it, just put it in, look what's left in the packet. But yeah, with these other ones, it's going to be a bit different because they're all singular packets. But with that big, the big mama, I mean, that is a lot of yeast. It's vacuum packed as well. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to buy some of those like little snappy bags. You know what you'd buy your weed in. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that because that'll probably get me shut down. What the hell? An Englishman who doesn't like gin. Yeah, I don't like gin, mate. I can drink it. It's not that, I just don't think it has a great deal going for it. Vodka tastes like something that you should clean your windows with. I like brandy because brandy's like, isn't brandy just distilled wine? I'm sure that's what brandy is. I'm sure. I don't know. I might just be imagining it. So whereabouts are you guys from then? Just put your flag in the comments. Let me know whereabouts you guys are from, because I'm not sure where most of my followers are from. Followers, subscribers, people that listen to me chat shit on videos. Obviously, I'm from the UK. Vodka tastes like hairspray. Not that I would know. Dudes at home drinking hairspray. What are you doing tonight, Ray? A couple of cans of hairspray, man. Brilliant. Right then. So, anybody else got any brews on the go that they want to share? Obviously, Ray, you've got your rose petal wine. That could be quite nice. I've actually got a lady who lives a couple of doors down. She's got a lilac bush. She's allowing me to clip some of the lilac off it. So I'm going to make a lilac mead. And that's just as simple as you just trim the flowers off, put it in some hot water, make a tea, and then add the tea to the start water and, you know, bang some honey in. Yeah, vodka's just a bit naff. But again, you know, everyone's got their own tipple. Whatever your favourite is, it's, you know, you just go with what you like, don't you? Like some people really don't like whiskey, as where I really do like whiskey. I've actually got a bottle of bourbon over there. It is Woodford's Reserve, if you've heard of it. It's quite strong, actually. It's stronger than normal. It's about 43 point something. Most bottles of whiskey are about 40, aren't they? But I'm not sure how they get the extra proof. One thing I don't do is distill, though. I do ferment. Yep, always fermenting. But I do not distill. I don't like the idea of getting it wrong and then accidentally drinking methanol, because ethanol is the one that we drink. So we create ethanol is the alcohol that we drink. Methanol is the one that will turn you blind, and the one that you get, like, you know, your hand sanitizers, that stuff that everyone bloody puts all over their hands. That's an alcohol based substance, and what it is it's like fucking excuse my language, sorry. It's like 90% ethanol. Sorry, no, methanol, which is the bad one. I agree. Heard lavender is good in brews. Oh, dude, I made a lavender mead. It was absolutely fantastic. It was, my mate drank it, and he said he doesn't know what it was, but it just calmed him down. It was kind of soothing, had a soothing effect. It was really good, and that was just picked from my garden. I've done one with mint, again picked from my garden. That was quite decent. It turned out better than expected, to be honest. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to turn out, because what I didn't want was I didn't want it to have an artificial mint flavor, because that's something that really bothers me. You know, when you buy, say for example, Jim Beam whiskey, they do a cherry version of it. Now, recently, they've changed the artwork. I don't know whether they've changed the recipe, but after they changed the artwork, I bought a bottle of the new one, and the cherry flavour tasted different. It tasted synthetic, so I wasn't too happy. Do you drink beer? I do drink beer. I drink a hell of a lot of beer. I also brew it as well. Most of my alcohol consumption is homemade. Because it's a hobby, but two, because also it's a lot cheaper. So you can go to a pub, you could buy a pint. Pint in the UK will cost you probably around £5 for depending on whatever beer you buy. I drink craft beer mainly, so mine will be a bit more expensive, but that'll cost you £5 a pint. I can brew a Citra IPA at whatever percentage I want. This one was 6%. I could brew that for less than £1 a bottle. Just buy the raw ingredients, just go through the motions of converting the starches into sugar, called something called a mash, and you're away. I've actually got a New England IPA sat in the kitchen at the moment. I've just put some extra hops in it today. A hell of a lot of hops, actually. And that one's not actually my recipe, so I can share it, but I'm not going to, because it belongs to a brewery called Neon Raptor, which is from my home city, which is Nottingham. And they're really good. And they collaborated a beer kit with the place where I buy my grain from. So it was really, really good. I've brewed it before, you see, and yeah, but unfortunately when I was brewing it, one of the bolts came loose off the hopper that holds the grain before it goes into the mill to crush it, and it flung loads of the grain all over the floor and everywhere. So I lost loads of it, and then I had to put in some malt from something else to kind of counteract that. Pardon me, to make sure that we got the right amount of ABV, or the high gravity that we wanted. So unfortunately it won't taste exactly the same as it should do, but it will still taste pretty close, I expect. And that one's a New England IPA, which is my favorite type of beer. Absolutely love that type of beer. Yes, Ray, extracts. It's, yeah, I don't like, what's the word? Like a synthetic kind of flavor. I like it to be, and even if it's not as good or as potent, you know, I still prefer it to be the raw flavor and not something that's like, you know, like you say, an extract of something like that. Because a lot of the extracts, they're suspended with oils and things like that. I mean, if you look on the back of, if you buy some, what's it called now? What you put in your bacon? Bloody hell. Not lavender. I've had a brain fart. Vanilla, sorry. If you buy vanilla from the shop, it won't just say on the back 100% vanilla, because it'll have a load of other crud in it as well, to keep it, like preservatives and stuff like that, which is again why with the juniper berry and the sorry, the juniper berry and the vanilla, I went for the proper pods, but I only put a quarter of one pod in because I didn't know how. That's it, yeah, vanilla. My brain goes, it just switches off sometimes, you know. The amount of times that I'm doing a video, right, I have to stop it because I'm sat there like, and while my flipping brain catches up. I don't suppose this is helping either. This is really, really good. I can see me probably drinking most of this tonight. I tend not to drink as much on a Sunday because obviously the school run again, and it's not about wandering down to the school stinking of beer, is it? Right, okay, so I have got a book. Oh, I think I'm using it as a stand at the moment. Okay, so there's a craft beer book that I've bought, and there's a brewery in Wales. I can't remember the name. I'm going to say it's called Welsh Experience or Wales Experience. I think that's what the name. Now they use spruce tips in a botanical beer, which I'm actually going to brew their beer because it just sounds epic. I may very well change it ever so slightly so that it's not their beer 100%. I might use their ideas, methods, and the adjuncts. I might use the thing, yeah, because they were using spruce tips. Now I've tried to identify locally in the local woods a spruce tree, but I can't find it. I can't tell whether it is a spruce tree. And if you accidentally get a yew tree, which kind of looks a little bit like it, you're going to be very, very poorly, because the yew tree is the most poisonous tree in England. So yeah, I went for a little random walk today. I don't know if you know what a trangier is. It's a Swiss-made camping stove, and I just went for a random walk, and I just thought, you know, I'm going to take the trangier. I'm going to cook something, and I ended up cooking up this, like, it's basically like a carbonara. I know I'm going off on a food thing and just chatting shit now, but it's basically a carbonara. And there was a hawthorn bush behind me, and I know that they're edible. So I just picked loads of these flipping hawthorns off and just lobbed it in. Unfortunately, I actually wish I'd have taken some mead with me, because that would have been really good with the meal. But I just had a couple of bottles of beer that I'd had to buy from the shop. But yeah, the botanical one. Let me get this book and I'll tell you what it is, dude. It's right here, but I've got to try and find it though. So this is the book anyway. It's not my book. Well, it is my book. It belongs to me, but I didn't write it. It just gives you loads of craft How random's that? I've just turned to the exact bloody page. The Celtic Experience, it's called. It's a Munich Pale Ale with spruce. So these are the adjuncts. Foraged spruce tips. Where we at? Oh no, that's not the botanical one. No, the botanical one's different. But this says spruce tips. So you might be safer buying them. So where was the other one then? There was a botanical one as well, which sounded really, really good. And yeah, they are. They're from Wales, that one. Oh, I don't want to be sat pissing about looking at this instead of... But I want to tell you what it was in. There's like chamomile, flipping all sorts in it, man. It was mental. I was like, yes, that sounds good. I want to get on that. Can't even remember what style of beer it was. No, I can't find it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. There is an app that can help you identify. Yes, there is. But I refuse to pay for them, dude. I once had an app that you can read carbohydrates with, which I need for my daughter's medical needs. So I had this app, bought the app, and all of a sudden they turned it into a subscription. So then they wanted me to pay to be able to access certain features of this thing, even though I'd already bought the app. I was fuming, absolutely fuming. But okay, that's just life, isn't it? I will next time I'll find it, and then next time I do a live when I'm doing a pour, I'll bookmark the page, dude, and let you know what was in there. It was petals of dandelion and all sorts, and that's another brew I'm going to do soon. But don't tell anyone. I want to be the first to do it. A dandelion and burdock mead. You know that's going to be good. I've got a rough idea of what I need to do because there is a couple of foragers called Knowledge to Forage. You should check them out. I think that's what they're called anyway, or that might be the name of their book. But you can find them anyway, and they actually make a dandelion and burdock cola. Tell you how to do it. Do you drink shots? If yes, do you have a favourite? I used to drink shots, like Jägermeister and that sours thing. Yeah, I used to do Jägermeister, but I'm just a bit too old for it now. I don't really drink to the extent of getting pissy drunk, if you know what I mean. I like to just be like, oh, like mellow, you know, just chilling. But again, if there's a party or I'm going to a beer festival soon, so I will be having 1, 2, 3 more than I should there, definitely. What brews do you have going now? So I started the one, I've only got 2 on at the moment, 2, which is the beer, the New England IPA that I mentioned, and the juniper and vanilla. I keep forgetting that flipping name. Vanilla, yeah. So they're the only 2 I've got at the moment. I do have a Piment, which is a mead made with grape juice. So it's essentially a wine, but it hasn't got sugar added. It's got honey added. They are phenomenal. It really, really is good. It's great. Absolutely love it. That's a rebrew of one that I've done before as well. I plan to get the lilac plants cut and get some of those into a tea, ferment with them, because they're going to start dying back soon. I've got another beer that's going to be brewed soon. I've got all the stuff for it. I just need to wait for another lid for the other fermenter. Pardon me. And that's going to be a raspberry and blueberry sour. It uses a special yeast called Philly sour, and what it does is, as it consumes the alcohol, it produces malic acid, I'm sure it's malic acid, or is it something else? No, I think it's malic acid, and it just gives it a sour flavour. See, I quite like sours. I've got one here. This is a sour. It's by Vault City Brewery, which is up in Scotland, and it's an iron brew sour. So if you ever, I don't know your age, but if you ever remember the iron brew like chew bars that you used to be able to get, it's like that, because they were tangy and sour. It's exactly like that. It's just so good. But yes, I do have lots of demijohns, lots and lots and lots. Most of them were given to me by my mum, and hello Gurav, how you doing, dude? What's popping? What's the weather like in India? Hopefully it's nice. Cheers to India. What was I saying? Yeah, and I've got loads of ingredients that I need to use up as well. I've got like a lot of dried ingredients, because I put together a I've got a piment that is giving me trouble. Stored OG. Yeah, 1.162. That's really high, dude. I'm not surprised it's stalled. I've had issues with some of them before, where they won't start because I've put too much honey in. But that said, what I had to do with the piment is I had to divide it into two and add a litre of water to each one. So I ended up getting an extra 2 litres of it, and only then was it started to ferment. 40 degrees at the moment. Oh, 40 degrees, dude. It was 20 degrees here earlier on, and I was melting. I am a bit ginger, so you know it. Me and the sun, we're not exactly friends. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, that's a really high OG, man. Like crazy, crazy high. That. Pardon me. Yeah, so you just split it, dilute it, you know, and then off it goes. It's just like it's just got. There's just it's called a saturation level or something, isn't it? Where there's too much sugar concentrated in there for the yeast to even begin to. It overwhelms it. It's kind of just like, nah, mate, I ain't going to work today. It's like it's basically ringing in sick, isn't it? Have you tried Indri? No, I have not. What is Indri, my friend? Is it some sort of? It was rated among the best single malt whiskies in the world. No, oh no. You see, whiskies for me, I do like good whiskey. I do, but when I buy a good bottle of whiskey, I only open it for anniversaries. Now I'll drink bourbon, like you know, just as all the time. Sometimes I'll get a bottle of scotch, sometimes a single malt, but it's never really the high end ones. If it's rated amongst one of the best single malts in the world, then it's not going to be in my price range, mate. I brew my own alcohol just because it's cheap, you know, to save a lot of money, or at least to try and save money. That's the theory behind it, and it's good fun as well. That's the main thing about it. You know, I get excited about getting another brew on. What I don't get excited about is bottling 20 bottles of beer. But when it's done, and then they'll be ready in like a week or so or two, you know, and then you're drinking it. Pink Omega. You look like you have had the craziest stories to tell from your childhood. I don't know what that means, but okay. I was quite naughty when I was younger. Not as in like getting in trouble with the police all the time, but you know, just a bit of a twat. You'll love Henry, dude. You have to try it. It's not that expensive too. It's like $80 US. $80 US, that's not actually that bad, is it? So what's that in pounds? I'm not sure what the conversion rate is. It's probably about the same now, isn't it? Or it might be a little bit more. It used to be $1 was 70p, but that was years and years and years ago, so I haven't got a clue now. Well, this one's definitely kept me talking for a while, hasn't it? But I am going to have to love and leave you guys. So thank you very much for everybody who's joined and popped in and had a comment. It's great to engage with people. And yeah, if you've got any ideas of a brew that you want to share with me, if you've got a recipe that you want me to brew and share with the world, then drop me a message on Instagram. Fermented World Gaz is my account, and we can go from there. About £60. Yeah, to be fair, that's not a bad price. Yeah, I would pay that. I wouldn't pay that for one that I was going to drink, like, you know, keep on drinking. I always buy like a special bottle. So I've got a couple of bottles of Penderyn, which is a Welsh distillery. I want to start drinking whiskey, but it's really harsh. So, watch. So you get the harshness, right? Some whiskies can be, but this is bourbon. Bourbon's always harsh. Even more expensive bourbon can be harsh. But watch. What you do is burp into your arm. You take... You let it roll around your mouth, and what that does, it kind of takes the edge off it. So that had no kick whatsoever. No, it's not about being a sissy, you know, it doesn't matter. Some whiskies are harsh. I've had some that have caught me off guard, and you know, it's literally like made me cough after because it was that intense. But what you just got to do is take it into your mouth, leave it in your mouth for a short period of time. Once the warmness goes from your mouth, that's when you gently swallow it. Don't be like these people that are like, oh, necking it like that. Just take a moderate sip, yeah? Put it into your mouth, let it move around. Fermented World Gaz. So G-A-Z after Fermented World. And yeah, it's got the same logo as me, my YouTube channel as well, so you should be able to find me. Yeah, so like I say, just... I find that takes away the harshness. Might not work for you, but it works for me. I really shouldn't be drinking whiskey as well as mead, and about to open a beer though. That's nice, Jess. Thank you. Nice one, Pink. Thank you very much. But yeah, there you go, dude. Yeah, I've just got you on the Oppenheimer 25. Started following you. Nice one, dude. Yeah, any questions, mate, just drop us a message there. Or if you've got a recipe that you want to share with the world, I will happily brew it and put it out there for other people to brew. Bear in mind, I don't brew wine. I only brew mead, beer, cider. Cider is more of a seasonal thing when I can get hold of the apples off my allotment. And there is also a lady who... Nice one, dude. I'll catch you later, man. Take it easy. And when I can get the apples off this lady as well, because my apples and her apples combined is how I get enough apples to be able to make the cider for free, or essentially for free. She always has loads of excess from her. See you later, Reg. Let's just get rid of that. Bloody hell, I've been talking crap for 40 minutes. And some of you are still here. I can't believe it. But on that note, yeah, hopefully that's helped you with the Whiskey Omega. Bourbon in general is quite harsh, or can be harsh. The higher up, the better the whiskey you buy, most of the time, the less harsh it is. It's had more, what's the word? Care. You know, it's not just been mass produced, like, say, for example, Bell's whiskey. Bell's whiskey is harsh because it's mass produced. It's, you know, it's one of those that's always in stock. A lot of your, yeah, mellowing time. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, because they keep it for longer. So this Woodford's Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon, 43.2. It doesn't go in to say that there's a specific amount of time. So again, bourbons in general, they're normally fired out quite quick, because it's into the, you know, you can pay more and more and more, but I think base level, just go with what you like. Jordan, glad you don't have to sleep rough again tonight. Whose house have you broken into? It's my neighbour's house. Have you got any spare change? That's a good one, that one. Jordan Edgilly. Did I pronounce that right? Yeah. Brilliant. I love the banter. Absolutely love it. And now you've hurt my feelings, so I'm going to go and drink more mead and whiskey and beer. Ever brew a Perry? Yes, I have done a Perry, but not the wine version. So it was, I did a Sizer, which is an fermented apple juice mead. And then I thought, well, if I can do it with that, I should be able to do it with pears. But there didn't seem to be a name, so I just called it a Pizer, just because I'm an idiot and I thought that'd be funny. And you know what? It was actually really, really good. Excellent. I hate trying to pronounce people's names because if you get it wrong, you can kind of murder the name, do you know what I mean? And then they're just like, what are you saying? What are you saying? That's what I'm doing now. Cherry lime Perry. So do you leave yours to go dry then? Your wines and things like that, or do you have them a little bit sweet? Because I did a sparkling mead, and bottled it into smaller bottles, like beer bottles, these kind of bottles, because they can hold the carbonation pressure, as where the mead bottles, they, you know, the glass is a lot thinner. They're not designed to hold the pressure. Pardon me. So yeah, I did do one, and it was really, really good, man. It wasn't, I don't think it was as good as the Sizer, but it was close. But I think I remember not being able to tell the difference between them a great deal. But yeah, I have done one, and it you know, it worked. It was fine. Cherry and lime. I'm just trying to think what cherry and lime would taste like. I like peculiar ideas, you see. I think I like the term break the mold. Now, there's a lot of people who brew mead who are probably like really traditional with it, and you know, they probably take a lot of time. They're probably a bit more educated than me. Me, I literally just throw everything in a bucket and see what happens. There's no magic, you know. It's not like it's taken 7 years to create a recipe. I'm just like, I wonder what that and that tastes like. So I just lob it all in a bucket and see what it bloody tastes like. Primary fermentation to go dry, then back sweeten and add insurance yeast. What is this insurance yeast that you are talking of? Insurance yeast. God, I've got 101 things I need to Google. What the bloody hell's insurance yeast, Ray? It's getting a bit warm. I'm going to take my jumper off. Yes, I have hair, but I like to hide it with a hat. There is a driving place called Sonic here in the States, and they have a cherry limeade slushy drink. That is where I got the idea. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that. That's where I get my inspiration from as well. We had this, so I've done a apple and mango mead, and that was simply because me and my lad, we like this juice that we buy from the local store, and I tried to replicate that in an alcoholic beverage. Yo, I love that tree mural. Yeah, it's actually a tapestry. It's Ysidril, which is I might have pronounced that wrong, but it's the tree of life. It's also, if you don't notice, it's actually the same picture that's on my YouTube channel's little picture. Yeah, it is an ancient symbol. It has lots of different meanings as well. It means different things to different cultures. Yeah, but at the same time, you see, I'm not religious in any way or like that. I just believe what I believe, which isn't a great deal. I believe that I can turn water into wine, though, so maybe I am Jesus. No, I'm only joking. No, I don't do religion. These are the three things I won't talk about: is money, religion, and politics, because it just makes people fall out. You keep your views, you can share your views, you know, but it's okay to share your views, but it gets to the point where sometimes it makes people uncomfortable because they don't know what to say. Do you get what I mean? See, me, I'll always fight my corner and say, look, well, this is what I believe, yada yada yada. But most of the time, you end up it just falls on deaf ears. Pineapple mango is a banger combination. Do something with that. So you say that, right? But I've actually made a pina colada mead. Now that was weird, really, really weird. It had pineapple, mango, and flaked coconut in there. And then obviously, because it's go away, moth. What are you doing? Photo bombed by a moth. Sup, Stephen? How you doing, man? Yeah, so I did a pina colada mead. It turned out okay. It was quite peculiar because I think the coconut is what threw me every single time. But then someone mentioned that, did you put rum in it? And I was thinking, shit, I need to put rum in it. So I put a whole bottle of rum in it. Only I think it was like a 50 centiliter bottle of rum. And whoo-wee, I couldn't drink it. It was it was just dangerous. I mean, I did have a bottle of it, and I think my mate had the rest of them because it was just that intense, and I had no idea what the ABV was at all because it's been fortified with a bottle of I think it was already like 13%, and then it's fortified with a rum. I only use white rum. I think it was 35%, something like that. And yeah, it was it was insane. Yeah, I don't think I'd brew that again. If I did, I don't think I'd put the rum in. And I know we were talking about extracts, pardon me, earlier on, and the crap, but I probably would put an extract in there because when I put a small amount of the rum in, pardon me, when I put a small amount of the rum in, you couldn't taste it. So I was just like, sod it, I put the whole bottle in. And yeah, so at the end of the day, it was all right. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I've done some really good ones. I do have like a recipe book down here, but I'm not sure if this is the one that's got the mead ones in. So here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. So I even got the dates that I did them. So some of these go back to 2022. So this is when I was getting into it. It's like my little methylglyn is a mead that uses either spices, herbs, that kind of thing. So I did something I called mega methylglyn. Fig tree is often associated with the tree of life in Egypt, and in the Bible, fig goes with honey. Yes, cinnamon and fig. I did a cinnamon and fig mead, and it was absolutely banging. I'm muted. Why am I muted? It might be because... Oh, I don't know how you work this. What we're done? I don't know what I'm doing. What the fuck? That's... Oh, we're back, are we? I don't know what I was pressing there, man. I was like, shit. All right, so what did I miss? Sorry. I think you muted. Yeah, some music started playing in the background, so it muted it automatically. The fig tree. Yeah, cinnamon and fig. I made a cinnamon and fig mead, and it was absolutely brilliant. I did mention this on the last live, I think, but I will go through it again for you. So basically, cinnamon and figs, and a mate came round. It was the last bottle of it, and he was like, what have you got? What have you got brewing or ready? And I was like, I've got this, mate. Do you want to try some? So we literally got on this, started drinking this cinnamon and fig mead, and he was like, have you ever tried this warmed up? And I was like, nah, mate, I don't really go for the warming of things. And mate, we put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds, got it to around, I think it was like 30 odd degrees, 30 or 40 degrees. I can't remember it off the top of my head now. Not enough to burn your mouth, but it was warmed. Do you know what I mean? And it tasted like heaven. It amplified all the flavors absolutely like tenfold. And now when I brew that mead again, I will 100% only drink it heated up, because it made such a difference. Yeah, so sorry about the muting there, guys. It's working now. You're good. All good, all good, all good. We have tripped into another dimension. Yeah, that screwed my head up, mate. It was a button. I was just trying everything. I was pressing random shit. I'm not very technologically advanced with all this stuff, man. I can pretty much scrape stuff together. Yeah, I've done a lemon and lime. I've done an orange. I've done... they're meads, they are. I've used limes in a beer. Yeah, I've used... I do like citrus fruits. I even made a stout. I was trying to make a chocolate orange stout. So I don't know if you know what Terry's chocolate orange is. If you don't, you need to go and Google that shit and go buy one. Some people don't like them. Personally, I do. I tried to make a beer with this with chocolate flavors and orange, and it sort of worked okay. It didn't taste like Terry's chocolate orange. What's up, Gaping Gash? How are you? I hope you're good. I am about to leave. Once this gets to around the 1 hour mark, I think I'm going to debunk. Yeah, chocolate orange. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I just like. I don't think I'd do it in a mead. I don't think it'd work in a mead. I have used chocolate in a mead before, with marshmallows as well, and it just, nah, just didn't work. But you don't know until you try, do you? I need some mead. So for those who are not aware what this is a mead that my friend brewed using my recipe and my guidance, and he was really eager for me to try it. I sampled one of his other meads, which was just using like wild berries and stuff like that, just from the store, frozen bag of berries, whack it in a bucket, honey, water, yeast, leave it for 2 weeks, check it out. You know what I mean? And it was really, really good. It was good. I sampled it in my kitchen, and he was there watching me, and I'm like, and he was like, what? I was like, it's really good, dude. Yeah, it was so good. Got a dip right now, but thank you for the whiskey tip, and I'm excited to see more from you. Take care. See you later, Pink Omega. Thanks for joining me. Ever tried a chili based one? Oh, Jordan, right. So I like spice. I have got about 3 different spice hot sauces in my fridge. I have made meads with spice before, yes. I do one called Dragon's Blood. If you want to search any of these that I'm talking about, if I give it a name like cinnamon and fig, if you type in cinnamon and fig mead hashtag fermented world, it will take you to that video. It will bring it up, and you'll see my logo, and it will show you what the video is. But yes, the chili one I have done. I've done a couple of them. One of them, mango and habanero. That one is legendary. You know, when I first brewed that one, I didn't want to give it to anyone. I have a couple of mates who come and take a bottle, and they only pay me what it costs to produce, so I'm not making anything on it. But it's yeah, it's really, really good, because you get the fruitiness, but you also get that fire from the habanero. I also have one called Dragon's Blood, which is cherries and Scotch bonnet. It started off with a, what's it called, a cayenne pepper, which I'd grown myself. There was a couple of cayenne peppers in there, but it just didn't have any heat whatsoever. And cayenne's reasonably hot, but I threw in a Scotch bonnet because I was pissed off that it didn't work. And holy shit, it was hot. Like, to the point where, you know, when you drink it, you get that sense of like urgency because it's that hot. But then the honey that's in there as well, and the fruitiness takes over, and it's just, oh, it's so good. Now I need to rebrew that. I've subbed because this could be a new creative outlet for me. Love the sound of these flavors. Oh, do you know what? Brewing your own beverages, there's nothing like it. Do you know when you crack a bottle and you sit in your garden and you're sipping on, say for this example, this, my mate brewed this, but if I was to brew this and I go and sit in my garden, I open it, smell it, it's like, it's good. Drink it, it's good. And it all in all, it probably cost possibly about £1.20. No, I think the Viking Blood, because of the cherries, Viking Blood, you're probably looking about £3.15, which is whatever it is in dollars for you. And that's for a litre. That's per litre. Oh, you got to do a capsicum, man. Capsicum, whatever it's called. Chili mead. Yeah. Anything with a chili in is called a capsicum. So a melomel is one with fruit. A capsicum is one with chili. Then you've got a piment, which is using grape juice. You've got, what's the other one? A Pisa, which I made that up, which is using pear juice. A rosemel. Is a rosemel a thing? I've not heard that one before, but yeah, it could work. Then you've got a methylglyn, which is anything that's got like herbs and spices in. Like, for example, the figs and cinnamon one was a methylglyn. Good night. Oh, see you later. Take it easy, Jordan. Have a good evening or night or whatever it is, wherever you are. Sup, dude? Some dude. What is up, my guy? Hello, how are you, some dude? You've joined us just as I'm about to leave, mate. But this video will be uploaded and you'll be able to listen to me chat shit for about an hour. If you really want to. So yeah, sizer's really good. I do like the sizers. I mean, there's many different versions that you can do of different meads and stuff like that. But you know, you always got to go back to the original as well. You know, the traditional mead is where it's at. I mean, my first traditional mead, back when I first drank it, I thought it was like the best thing since sliced bread. But now I've been doing it for the past however many years. It must be 4.5 years now that I've been brewing mead, because I started with brewing beer kits from the liquid malt extracts, and then progressed to the all grain beers. But yeah, anything that you can imagine in flavor, you can make a beverage out of. So for example, if you like this, a mate of mine wanted one with licorice and blackcurrant. So, you know, all you need to do is get yourself some flipping licorice, get yourself some blackcurrants, lob it all in a bucket, add some honey, chuck a load of water in, chuck some yeast in, and you will have an alcoholic beverage tasting like the two things that you threw in there that you wanted. And it's like, it's that simple. You know, it's not even all that difficult. Hoof-horted. Huh? Hoof-hurted. I don't know what that means. But hello, Bjorn. How are you? Just checking out my friend's mead, which is splendid. I do need to get off now, though, guys. So I will join you again, possibly next weekend, when I open another bottle of mead. One of my own. I've got a glitter mead using edible glitter. It's absolutely special. It looks awesome. So we're going to give that one a go. Ray, as always, thanks for coming along, dude. And everyone else that's joined today, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. Because you were here, I managed to chat shit for 63 minutes. So y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out. I'll see you soon.